Hello, welcome back to my channel, your man with a plan. My name is Jay, and today we're gonna talk about investing. So, what is investing? Generally, this term is referred to as putting your money away for a long period of time. Investments are considered riskier as compared to normal savings. In savings, your money is guaranteed, but at the same time, you're not making any kind of profit or making any kind of gains from it. Whereas on the flip side, in investments, you tend to make profits, and that is because of the risk element involved with it. In all essence, what you're doing is like you're hiring your own personal dollars to go out there in the market to have a battle and a fight and come back with more refugees with them, aka more dollars. It is a constant battle. You win some, you lose some. That is the game of investing. Investing can also mean a protection plan or some sort of like an insurance plan from the hidden tax known as inflation. If your investments are constantly growing over time, that means it's saving itself from inflation, whereas like in savings, your money is not constantly growing over time. It is staying as is, and over time, the real value of that money goes down. So yeah, investing is kind of a long game. You're not becoming a millionaire in one day. It takes years, sometimes decades. However, if you're making sound investments based on current market behavior, rebalancing your portfolio every now and then, eventually you will get there. As I've mentioned in my videos before, there are different type of assets. You can invest your money in those different asset classes depending on how much money you have to invest. What I did forget to mention in that video is that assets are basically divided in two main categories: liquid assets and solid assets. The more common term known in the market is soft assets and hard assets. Soft assets are something which you can cash out of as soon as you want, and you could get your money back in your hand as soon as you would like. For example, stock market, that is one type of a liquid asset. The money you invest in the stock market, you could cash out of it as soon as you like, and you could have your money back in your bank account in a matter of days. However, if you do cash out, then you miss out on the gains from the market, and that is why it is important to have your emergency fund made before you even get into investing. If you follow the Dave Ramsey method, then you only need 3 to 5 months of your expenses saved up in a savings account as an emergency fund. The rest of the cash, you could use it to throw it out in the market. The other one I was talking about is a hard asset. Hard asset takes some time to cash out of and get your money back into your hand. That is why they're called hard asset or solid assets. Examples of them are real estate, your own business, where you're buying like physical buildings and physical properties, and you're trying to make your gains over the long periods of time, gaining the appreciation value from it. But in order to get that, or in order to do that, it has to go through a lot of hurdles, paperwork. You have to jump through a lot of hoops, and that is why it takes some time, and that is why they always follow in the hard asset category. Now, a sound investor is never going to put all of his money in one bag. He's always going to have like a little bit of money pitched in everywhere, as you know, diversified. And a broke guy like me, that's the goal I strive up to. Now, let's talk about risk profile for a second. What happens when you put your money in your investments based on your risk profile? Let's say you're a skeptical. You do not want to lose any of your real dollars which you've invested in, but you do want to make some gains over time. Therefore, you can invest your money in conservative stocks. Now, on the flip side, if your risk profile is really high, you do want to make huge gains, but at the same time, you don't really care about if you lose out on some of your money. Then what you could do is like you could invest in a lot of the speculative stocks and make high gains. But you do have to understand there is a high risk involved. You could lose out all of your money, and that is the fact you gotta make your peace with. The more it is the risk reward theory. The more riskier you get, the more reward you can achieve. But at the same time, it is a risky investment. That means you have the same probabilities of losing out on those gains as well. My best suggestion for someone who's just starting out would be to get your feet wet, start investing a little bit in everything, get yourself well diversified, start to learn about how the market is reacting to stuff, and only invest your money in what sounds good and right to you. This pandemic has started a whole wave of people trying to look around for ways to make money. That includes YouTube. There is a huge flurry of people trying to become YouTubers. including me. Yes, I'm aware of that.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, son.
And you'll notice in this huge wave of new YouTubers coming out left and right, you'll notice there are a lot of YouTubers asking you to buy this stock, buy that stock. You're gonna make 10x gains from this stock. You're gonna make 100% gains from that stock. To be quite frank with you, sometimes maybe I'll do that too. Go dumpster diving. Again, if you have a problem with that, then
Don't hate the player, hate the game, son.
my biggest advice in this case would be do not listen to any of these folks. Do your own research, and if you think what they're saying and what you believe in is right, and if you think that this is something which can help you achieve your goals, only then invest your money in it. Because at the end of the day, it is you who's putting in your dollars by working hard and sweating towards it. And if you lose all of it, they're not gonna come to pay for the difference. So please do your own due diligence before just investing in whoever says whatever, and make sound decisions for yourself. So to reiterate, get your feet wet first, learn the basics, get comfortable with the market before diving with your feet up in the air. And if you do want to follow my journey from rags to riches, please follow me, like my video, hit that subscribe button. For now, I upload my video once a week and sometimes twice a week, but I will try to be more consistent from now on. I did make a resolution about that. You can watch all about that right here. In my next video, I will go over the retirement options. What is 401k? What is Roth IRA? All that boring stuff, but it is important nonetheless. Until then, have a good one, and remember, no matter what you do, stay consistent.